So what if I told you we could make this delicious, decadent, moist, hot chocolate poke cake using our Duncan Hines Bug Cakes mix, which we absolutely love, to create this holiday-worthy recipe that you and your entire family can enjoy. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. So for a poke cake, obviously we would need a box cake mix, and I am going in with my Duncan Hines perfectly moist dark chocolate fudge cake mix. A mouthful, I know, but it's going to work perfectly for this recipe. As usual, it has the recipe on the back of the box, but we're going to be making some alterations. So these are our dry ingredients. I'm going to empty out the cake mix, and of course, I like to sift it before working with it. This just helps to aerate the flour mixture in it and makes it easier to mix. Now to that, I'm going to be adding one 3.4 ounce pack of butterscotch instant pudding mix. If you don't have this, you can use the hot fudge pudding mix, but man, that butterscotch mix just took it to another level. I would highly recommend, but if you don't find it, you can just use the hot fudge or any chocolate instant pudding mix. Whisk it together and set it aside. And in another bowl, we would start with our wet ingredients. Now here I have 4 eggs. The recipe does ask for 3 eggs, but since I'm adding extra ingredients, I am adding an extra egg as well. Just going in with my whisk to break that up. And then the back of the box also requests for 1 cup of water. But you know, by rule of thumb, we would never do water. Never do water if you want to have that good taste. So I am going in with 1 cup of buttermilk at room temperature. Buttermilk works perfect, brings in all the moisture. Talking about moisture, we're also going to be adding 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, just as the box requests. But we're going to be bumping it up with another 1/3 cup of unsalted Kerrygold butter or any good quality butter that you have. Make sure that it's unsalted. We're also going in with a healthy splash of vanilla extract. Works perfectly in chocolate cakes. And just go ahead and whisk all my wet ingredients. Now I am going to be combining my wet and dry ingredients together. This is super simple, super easy by now. Just go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit because this right here does not take a lot, okay? So dump all that wet ingredients in there, and then we would go in with our hand mixer and just use the instructions on the back of the box to mix this. So we're going in on low speed for 30 seconds and then bumping up our speed to medium high and then beat it for an additional 2 minutes, and that will be it. Do not forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl so you don't have any dry pockets of cake mix. Now we got that all mixed together. This is the pan that I'm going to be using today. This is a poke cake, so I'm using a 9 by 13 baking dish. To that, I'm going to be spraying it with some Pam baking spray, which contains flour. If you don't have this, simply use butter and lightly flour it, and just make sure you shake off the excess flour before you pour in your batter. So yeah, just go ahead and distribute that baking spray all over, and then just pour in the batter. Look how beautiful it is. It's going to be really light and airy, as you can tell from the batter already. So if this is your first time on this channel, I want to give you guys a warm welcome. My name is Mansa Queen, and on this channel, I share very simple recipes to make your life super, super easy. We also bake from scratch and also share some savory meals here and there. So if that's something up your alley, go ahead and hit on the subscribe button. And to my returning subscribers, you guys already know you're the real VIPs. I so appreciate you for coming back every time to watch my videos. Now we have poured in our batter already. Now it's going into the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out dry. In the meantime, we're going to go over to start making our toppings. Now over here, one of the stars of the show, we're going to be using some marshmallow cream. I really like this Jet Puffed brand. It's so creamy and just works perfectly. So in a microwave safe bowl, I am going to pour in all of the contents. This is a 13-ounce jar. Again, all the measurements and ingredients I used today will be listed in the description box below. So feel free to check it out. Where is the description box? I always get questions about it. Just click anywhere on the title of any of my videos and that is the description box. You will see a whole bunch of text. Now to that, I'm going to be adding 1/4 cup of water. The reason I'm adding water is to loosen it up because the marshmallow cream itself is super thick. So adding that water would help to loosen it up. And then I would pop it in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it's nice and smooth. Mine took about a minute and 30 seconds. So just make sure that you're taking it out at 30-second intervals and mixing it and checking it out. It should be nice and runny and pourable like so. So just put that aside. And also we're going to move on with my fudge. Now, if you do not have, if you have the ready-made store-bought hot chocolate fudge, you can just go ahead and use that. But I don't have that, so I'm using my semi-sweet chocolate chips and going in with some heavy whipping cream to make my own fudge. Super simple, super easy. Those are the only two ingredients that I use. The cake is already sweet too. You don't need all of that. Again, I will list all the measurements in the description box below. So once I pop that in the microwave, this is what it looks like. It's nice and melted. I just mix it to make sure that there are no lumps and set aside. Now, my cake is out of the oven. As you can see, it is nicely done. And if you watch closely, the sides of the cake has moved away from the sides of the pan. And when I inserted a toothpick in the middle, it came out super nice and clean, an indication that my cake is done. So now I gotta let it sit for at least 15 minutes before I go in with the next step. In the meantime, in a bowl, I'm going to start off with my hot chocolate Cool Whip mixture. Here I have 1 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. If you don't have any and you have some heavy whipping cream, go ahead and make your own whipped cream. And the star of the show, of course, we need some instant hot chocolate mix. My favorite brand is Swiss Miss. Go ahead and use whatever brand you like. But this is what I'm going to be adding today. I like this jar so much, this canister, because it's reusable. I mean, you can seal it back whenever you're done. Now to my my Cool Whip, I'm going to be adding 5 tablespoons of my instant hot chocolate mix, which is the Swiss Miss, and then just going in with my whisk. Just combine everything together. This right here, just 2 simple ingredients, but it is what? Fire. It is so delicious, man. I went in with my spatula just to make sure that everything is nicely combined. And then I set this back into my refrigerator while I get my cake ready. So now it is time for assembly. My cake has been resting for 15 to 20 minutes. It is still very warm to the touch. I am going in with the back of my spoon, my wooden spoon, to poke holes all over the cake, okay? Just go ahead and poke the holes. This will create openings within the cake so that when we go in and pour in our marshmallow cream, it could sink into the cake and both of the flavors can marinate and marry each other and mingle, you know? Goodness, this is so satisfying, and the end result, trust me when I say, trust the process. So, okay, here is a poke cake. Now, we are going in with our marshmallow cream that we already heat up in the microwave, and we are aiming for those holes that we already poked in this cake. The cake is still warm, by the way, so just go ahead and pour all of that mixture to your heart desire. So satisfying. And once we get all of the good marshmallow cream all over our cake, I like to pop it a little bit just so it helps to settle the marshmallow cream in the cake, and then I'm going to put it away and let it sit. You can leave this in the refrigerator once your cake cools down. So my cake has been in the refrigerator for at least an hour to 2 hours, and now it is time to finish up with our hot chocolate Cool Whip frosting. This is right here, the cherry on top. With this, ooh wee, it was so good. When I say it was good, don't just take my word for it. Go ahead and try it if you really like chocolatey flavors, and come back and let me know what you think about it. Go ahead and evenly spread that all over the cake, and then the last thing that we're gonna do is just to drizzle that hot fudge all over our cake. You could drizzle it in whichever way, manner you wish. I am just going in and just pouring it to my heart desire. Again, you don't need a whole lot, So that's all we need to do, and that was it. Our cake is nice and done. You can put it back in the fridge until you're ready to serve. That's the good thing about this cake. You can make it ahead of time. Just make sure that you bring it out of your refrigerator at least 30 minutes to an hour before you serve, so that it does not get too hard. Okay, so now going in, of course, I can't end this video without showing y'all what we are working with on the inside. As you can see, my cake is coming out really smoothly and clean. No mess whatsoever. This is what it looks like on the inside. The cake itself, the chocolate cake itself, has so much flavor you would not believe it's from a box cake. And all those chocolate toppings we made took it to a whole nother level. And also feel free to share this recipe with your friends and family and anybody you know that likes these types of videos. And also don't forget to give me a like if you do. I hope you guys get to try this recipe. If you do, feel free to tag me on Facebook or Instagram at Mansa Queen. And until I catch you in my next one, stay safe. Happy holidays to you and your families. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.